one of the most magical things as far as like being part of like a more of a white Tantra class is that you have to sit with people and you have to breathe and look at them and just kind of connect to just something beyond what you see, their pain. It's actually like, just imagine what I did at the beginning about connecting to that goddess part of yourself, where you just start seeing the magic of this person because they're also letting go and seeing you that way.
Well, then there's two things there. You mentioned perception, so it's within my control, but now it's this God experience, this beautiful moment, which I think is beyond me.
Well, it's beyond the ego. In other words, when you actually can love someone for, say, their childlike behavior, for their mother divine energy, from the more seductress energy, when you can see all that in that one person, it changes things. In other words, like, for example, back to the person that I ended the relationship with, that she became very childlike, and I was able to nourish that and hold space for that, but she could not come out of it though also. So I felt like I was enabling her, but it was somehow she was working something out with me. So in those moments that she was screaming and yelling at times, it was like I was able to bypass that because I was seeing a 6-year-old girl and still love her beyond the behavior, beyond the anger, nor was I judging this as a shitty time. Oh my God, there's drama right now and I'm not having a good time. More, wow, this person's opened themselves up. This person's more in a childlike state. I'm going to hold space for it as long as I can, and whatever it is. Because mothers here, when you've had your daughters or your sons behave a certain way, for the most part in that moment you're like, you know what? You suck now. I don't like you anymore, or love you anymore, or you understand that there's patience and tolerance. Now that doesn't mean that we date people and if they're like children that we stick with them. I'm sure that's not very attractive either. But what I'm trying to say is that there's this regards that we have for children in which we don't have for adults at all. So when you are able to connect to someone and strip things away, let me give you another example. This might be a little better. When I work with couples who are fighting a lot and they say they show up, it's like stuff happens right away when people show up. They might start saying, he said this and she said that and I want this, and it's just all this drama. And they're caught up in a linear story. They're caught up in perceptions. They're caught up in how they're responding to it, how their body's reacting to it. They're connecting to the primal stuff, the psychological stuff, the emotional stuff, and of course, there's the karmic stuff. I will quiet them down. I'll have them put their backs up against each other. I'll have them breathe and get into a little pattern, and I just take them to somewhere like pretty deep. And I have them imagine this, that imagine you have 10 minutes to live. Right now, what do you want to say? And you'll just hear this dead silence. And it's usually, I love you. I just want you to hear me. There's this shift usually of this softness. And that's what I'm talking about. Is that most couples, when they're fighting, most of the drama that's being created is this old psychological stuff. It's stories. It's unmet expectations. So when you connect to the God, Goddess, what I'm actually saying is when you connect to the essence of them that's not tainted, that part of them that's beyond the circumstances, that part of them that is always going to persevere and grow, that part of them that you can fully accept and love and embrace.